Hey everybody, it's Ron with Radiant Technology Solutions, and we're doing an SMB Connect video today. We got Mr. Drake with Southern Landscape Solutions. How you doing, Drake?
I'm doing great, and thank you for having me, Ron.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
How much time do you got? Southern Landscape Solutions started after my dad retired and moved down to Florida because this is originally where he's from, and he sold his big business in Columbus, Georgia. And so we kind of just started this on the side because he was just tired of drinking beer and fishing. Believe it or not, that can get old. But yeah, we just started, bought an $800 Dodge, bought a weed eater, a mower, and a blower and an edger, and we just started back up like where we left off. And me, my brother, and my dad started, and I would weed eat, my dad would mow, and it kind of just grew from there and turned into this monster we have today.
Wow. So, and you guys have grown pretty big, is my understanding.
Yeah, it's crazy. We kind of grew in the wrong direction, so we imploded again and dropped the customers that we figured out. We didn't know what C, B, and A customers were, and we had a lot of Fs, believe it or not. And the work was never done fast enough. It was never done cheap enough, and you're waiting 90 days to get paid. Well, if you have 28 apartment complexes doing the same thing, it's almost like you're a bank, and it's just not beneficial for cash flow. So we learned a lot and took a step back to take 5 steps forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I know you do more than just cut grass. Tell us
Yeah.
about what
So,
you do.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, we've kind of cut back on doing lawn service. Sorry, residential lawn service to focus on our commercial accounts and our landscape design and drainage. I never planned on my company growing in the drainage industry, but when I started going to these estimates and seeing the shoddy work that the people that've been there before, I said, okay, this is an easy way to gain business because we do this so well. And a thing that makes us different with the drainage side is we'll go back and we'll fix it if there's any issues because we're using gravity fed. Just sometimes a little bit of critiquing is required. And also, we don't like to leave the customer, I would say, high and dry, but at the other end, it's wet and soggy. So we don't like to leave them like that. So we always make it right. And we put that on our contracts. And that just makes us a little different from the other drainage companies.
Man, there's got to be a lot of drainage issues in our area. Tarpon Springs, Holiday, Newport Ridge, it's always flooding. Anytime it rains, there's got to be some sort of drainage issue that pops up.
Yeah, believe it or not, the most drainage issues I'm finding is at these big $1 million home neighborhoods. And what I'm talking about in West Chase, you have Water Chase. There's also, it's on Yacht Club Drive. There's a bunch of $1 million homes. And I go and stand in between these homes and I can almost touch both sides of the homes.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's not enough room for these waters. And sometimes they'll have super gutters on these $1 million homes and they're all pointed towards each other's homes. And the water pooling is just insane. Also, general contractors. And yeah, like you said, we're in Florida, so the water table is crazy to handle all this rain that we get.
so you come in and dig a trench or add land to the situation, or how does that work?
There's 3 different types of things that you can do and issues that you're going to run into. There's 3 different kind of types of drainage. And people always like, I want French drains, looking for the best French drain person. That's the most expensive drain you can do. And also, it's not required for many of the jobs I do. French drain, if I'm having leaking foundations, that's where the water's sitting right up against your home. It works its way in the foundation, up through the bricks and through the wood because the wood absorbs it. The bricks are porous, so it goes straight up and comes out the drywall. That requires a French drain. Now, other things is if you have pooling water sitting in the middle of these homes and you're just tired of that water, you can put a catch basin in there, which is not a French drain, and just move the water to the quickest exit You can't run that water straight out into the street. There has to be a natural filter like sod or something. And there's one more drainage issue is when the gutters are blasting the sod and washing out the foundation and all around it. All you have to do is tie those into either the catch basin or run them to the quickest exit. And that often saves the customer a lot of money than just going with the French drain. Yeah, so that's the 3 different types. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow. Yeah, that's more than I knew. That's for sure. So, and then you also do the landscaping part too, where you guys can design, the layout of your yard and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we can save people a lot of money on their landscaping just by going with our company because and the reason that is I'll go in and look at these jobs and I'll see landscapers that put too many plants in and it looks great when you leave. But when the plants mature, you got a big old mess on your hands. That requires more maintenance, more water on those plants. So that's one thing we do to save the customer money. We leave it for the long-term expectation, the long run. And then also there's a little bit of detail that goes into this, and it's not just putting, a bunch of color in there. It's not putting this. There has to be a balance of green and color and layers. I don't often see other landscaping companies put the layers in, the smaller plants with a medium plant, and then what I like to call centerpieces to balance out the house. And also companies don't do an upfront expectation with landscape design. We can do drawings of the home that's a little bit cheaper than our 3D renderings, but the 3D renderings can show you exactly what that looks like. And I've seen a lot of companies not offer that.
Yeah, those 3D renderings are really cool. It's almost like you're standing in front of the house looking at the design. It's awesome.
It took a lot, not being the IT professional I am, it took a lot to learn how to build those and a lot of time. I think I spent 2 days playing with the program. And now we're about to upgrade our program to a newer model. And so I'm really excited to get in there and jump into that and learn that new tips and tricks and this and that. Like I said, not an IT professional.
Well, you know who to call.
Yes, sir, I do, Ron.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, where can everybody find you guys? Do you have an office or Facebook or what you got going on?
Yeah, our office is in Starkey and at Starkey and Ulmerton. Or just give me a call at 727-543-3995. We don't often go to our office. We like to meet the customer out on the project. My Facebook page at Southern Landscape Solutions, that gets me a lot of traction. And also my Google page is huge. And, again, Ron, I really appreciate, SMB having us and Radiant Technology Solutions.
Yeah, we're stoked to have you here. And, if anybody can't find you for any reason, they can always give me a shout and I'll send them your way.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Ron.
Absolutely. Well, you have an awesome day.
Thanks, buddy. You too. Thank you, everybody, for watching.